Hi, my name is Nikesha Williams, and I am an author, I'm a publisher, and I am the owner of New Breeds Publications. I began writing my first novel for women in 2013, and it was a very long journey to publication, but I eventually published it under my own company, New Breeds Publications, in November of 2017, and since then I've written 4 other novels. The other 2 that you see displayed here on this table are The Appeal of Ebony Jones, which is the sequel to For Women, and also Love Never Fails. I have another novel coming out called Adulting, which will drop Labor Day of 2019. And then I have my last novel that I wrote is Beyond Bourbon Street, which will come out in August of 2020. There's actually an excerpt of Beyond Bourbon Street, the first 3 chapters in my novel Love Never Fails. For Women is about, as it says, 4 women, they don't know each other, and then their lives are all brought together, combined, and completely changed by one event. That event is a murder. It's written in a time of Stand Your Ground and Black Lives Matter, but it looks at those issues from the perspective of those 4 different African American women. It also talks about abuse, addiction, domestic violence, and even the price of ambition in a woman's life. The story is continued in The Appeal of Ebony Jones. It picks up right where 4 women leaves off. You're in the courtroom. Ebony's standing trial for a murder she says she did not commit, and you find out the outcome of her case, but also what keeps attracting people to her. What is her appeal to everyone that is around her? Love Never Fails is a standalone novel. It is about a young couple. They're married together 7 years. They have a couple of kids, and it's that 7-year itch thing. And the woman's disenchanted with her marriage and just trying to figure out if this is something that she wants to do. And it's about whether or not they'll be able to make it work and to keep it going no matter what they face that comes in front of them. When I finished my debut novel, For Women, in 2015, I did not want to self-publish. It was absolutely the last thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to find a literary agent and have a big New York publisher and be signed by someone else. And so that was what my goal was, and that's what I started to do. I began to look for agents. I began to query agents' polls that I found on the internet, on Twitter, wherever I could find there was a literary agency. I would just start to send out queries, like 15 a month, and I did that every month for 6 months. No one got back to me. And eventually I was like, okay, forget it, I'll self-publish. I got frustrated, I was impatient, and I began to go through that process through CreateSpace. And as I was going through that process, I saw a blog article that was like, you never know who you know who can help you. I work in television by trade, I'm a news producer, and so a friend of mine had an agent, and I reached out to their agent, and that is how I found my literary agent. And I began working with agents in November of 2015, and that's when I began trying to reformulate and recraft and reshape my novel For Women. And I worked with them on developmental issues and things like that to get it to where it needed to be to publish. Once that was done, it was about the middle of 2016, and they began to query major publishers. That didn't work out in my favor, and so now we were back to square one. I ended up being dropped by my agents, and I was like, you know what, the book is done, it's been edited, it's been reviewed, it's good to go, I'm going to do it on my own. And so going through a platform like CreateSpace, it makes it easy for authors who don't have a quick into the publishing industry to get into it, but it's also looked down upon by the major publishing industry. For me, I didn't want Amazon's name on my work. If I did all the work, my name was going to go on it, and that is why I created my own publishing company, New Breeds Publications, to begin to release my own work. Since then, I've written and published 3 books under my company, and I've also published another author, Jessica Lynn, whose book Kissing Frogs came out in May of 2019. So that was my road to publication, trying to go the traditional route and then realizing that I could do it on my own if I put the right infrastructure in place. That includes a developmental editor, a copy editor, a graphic designer, and then with me working in media, preparing and presenting a marketing plan, and then going after it and promoting my books and going after book festivals and meeting people. And there's nothing like a person-to-person interaction. So that was the road to publishing for me, but everybody's story is different. I value family and I value time. The older I get, the more hours that I work, the more time that I write, the more I realize how important it is to take a step back and to spend time with my family, but also when I'm doing work and I'm maximizing my time, to actually maximize my time so that I get the most out of it, that I can get the most work done so that I can step away from it and not be thinking about all the things that I didn't get to do because I'm spending time with my family. There really is no set balance. It's a balancing act. And so sometimes you'll weight a little heavy on one side and sometimes you'll weight a little heavy on the other. And so you're always trying to even out those scales between family and time and work. and those are the things that I value.